graduates, family members, and guests. Please rise as you are able for the 2025 Spring Commencement Academic Procession. The procession is led by Class of 1975 alumni Dr. Thomas Calvi, a member of the Half Century Badgers, a proud representative of all of our Badgers around the world. Dr. Calvi is escorted by Class of 2025 degree candidate Anna Lynn Starsinik, carrying the Wisconsin Alumni Association Half Century Badger flag. Following the Half Century Badger flag are the Class of 2025 flag bearers from each of our schools and colleges, selected by their deans for this special honor. Please remain standing and join Elena Norobo-Paul, Class of 2025 Bachelor of Music Vocal Performance Degree candidate, in singing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Elena, for that wonderful performance. Please be seated. Welcome, distinguished faculty, the outstanding class of 2025, and guests joining us today, whether in person, virtually, or in our hearts. My name is Shelby Olson, and I am your Senior Class Office Vice President. I am deeply honored to stand before you as we reminisce on our journeys and celebrate everything we've accomplished here at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. I know many of you may join me in feeling a roller coaster of emotions today, from excitement for our next chapter to anxiety surrounding this great transition that is only enhanced by the uncertainties of the rapidly evolving world around us. But what I've learned here is this: each and every one of us has a valuable voice that deserves to be heard. Through my studies and community involvement, I have met people who have helped me discover and appreciate alternative perspectives. These experiences remind me that real growth happens when we approach difference with curiosity and choose conversation over silence. So let us continue learning from one another and always remember that one voice can be the catalyst for change. Whether you are a third-generation Badger or a first-generation college graduate, none of us are here by chance. This bittersweet moment is a culmination of our hard work, dedication, continuous resiliency, and the power of our chosen communities. As someone who has struggled with mental health, I know how isolating this transition may be. But I also know that you and I are not alone. We are now and forever will be bonded as Badgers. This year, the vast majority of you voted for our class gift to go towards creating mental health initiatives tailored towards seniors, choosing to support each other and leave an impact on this campus for years to come. I am extremely proud I am extremely proud of the class of 2025. We have faced adversity, not just individually, but collectively. From peaceful protests at the Capitol to community education events, our voices have met national and international turmoil with kindness, compassion for others, and overwhelming fortitude. And through it all, we stand together today, not in spite of our differences, but because of them. So Badgers, as social creatures, I urge us all to move forward with the strength we've discovered, and to continue advocating for ourselves, our friends, and our ever-expanding community. Let us embrace each other on this daunting yet exciting day as we look towards the future with unwavering strength and compassion. This is only the beginning. On Wisconsin. And now, the Mad Hatters performing Build Me Up Buttercup. Please sing along. It is my honor to introduce Charles L. Isbell Jr., Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. Provost Isbell joined us at UW-Madison in August of 2023 after serving as the Dean of the College of Computing at Georgia Tech. He earned his bachelor's degree in Information and Computer Science at Georgia Tech and his SM and PhD at MIT's Artificial Intelligence Lab. He is a highly regarded expert in artificial intelligence, with an emphasis on developing technologies that can collaborate with humans. He is also nationally known as an educational reformer who is dedicated to increasing access to higher education. Please join me in welcoming Provost Charles Isbell.
Thank you for that kind introduction, Shelby. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Camp Ramble Stadium, the 2025 commencement at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Now, I heard a couple of yellow jackets over there somewhere. I want to hear all the Badgers. Welcome and good afternoon. Now, whether you are joining us here in person or through our live streams, we are one Badger community on this very special day. I want to take a moment to acknowledge that the land that UW-Madison inhabits is the ancestral home of the Ho-Chunk Nation, which they have called Dajo since time immemorial. Today, our stage includes the flags of the United States, the state of Wisconsin, and the Ho-Chunk Nation. These flags are symbols of our commitment to work toward the well-being of all citizens of the state, the nation, and the world. UW-Madison is proud to collaborate with the Ho-Chunk Nation and the 11 other First Nations of Wisconsin in education, research, and community outreach across the state. Now, yes. Now, as provost here at UW-Madison, I do many things, but I spend a lot of my time working with the deans of all the schools and colleges to ensure that we are offering academic programs and an overall educational experience that is second to none. Our faculty pride themselves on our deep commitment to undergraduate, graduate, and professional education, and I'm very proud of the hard work and effort put forth by each and every faculty and staff member here on our campus. So now, it is my honor to introduce our official party. First, Chancellor Jennifer Mnookin. Jason Gay, our keynote speaker. Jay Rothman, President of the Universities of Wisconsin. Logan Anderson, Senior Class Communications Director. Dana Tabaza, Senior Class Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Director. Veronica Govias, Senior Class Philanthropy Director. Lori Reeser, Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs. Dan Takaji, Dean of the Law School. Edmund Minnie Deeds III, UW System Board of Regents. Helen Simpson, Senior Class Engagement Director. There you go. Shelby Olson, Senior Class Vice President. Deanna Hebring, Senior Class Events Director. Samantha Malum, Senior Class President. Christina Olstad, Dean of Students. William Karpus, Dean of the Graduate School. Scott Ochatik, University Registrar and Interim Vice Provost for Enrollment Management. Nancy Lynch, Vice Chancellor for Legal Affairs. Ian Robertson, Dean of the College of Engineering. Balab Sambarithi, Dean of the Wisconsin School of Business. Soyeon Shim, Dean of the School of Human Ecology. Steve Swanson, Dean of the School of Pharmacy. Paul Robbins, Dean of the Nilsson Institute for Environmental Studies. Linda Gillespie, Dean of the College of Agricultural and Life Sciences. Eric Wilcox, Dean of the College of Letters and Science. Marcel Haddix, Dean of the School of Education. Linda Scott, Dean of the School of Nursing. John Levine, Dean of the School of Veterinary Medicine. Jeff Russell, Vice Provost of Lifelong Learning and Dean of Continuing Studies. Sarah Shute, Chief Alumni Officer and Executive Director of the Wisconsin Alumni Association. Craig Thompson, Vice Chancellor for University Relations. Robert Kramer, Vice Chancellor for Finance and Administration. Diana Harvey, Vice Chancellor for Strategic Communication. Dorota Brzezinska, Vice Chancellor for Research. Art Walasek, Associate Dean for the School of Medicine and Public Health. Erla Haynes, Dean and Vice Provost of the Libraries. Carl Martin, Dean and Director of the Division of Extension. Li Chaoping, Professor of Dance and Chair of the University Committee, the Executive Committee of the Faculty Senate. Heather Daniels, Secretary of the Faculty. Also today we are joined by faculty who are participating in our academic procession. Please join me in welcoming everyone.
Good afternoon, graduates. It is such a privilege to be here with you all today, a community that has forever changed my life and transformed Madison into a home. My name is Logan Anderson, and I have the honor of being our senior class communications director. And it is now my honor to introduce Chancellor Jennifer L. Mnookin. Chancellor Mnookin is the 30th leader in this university's 176-year history and one of the top legal scholars in the U.S. She has spent her academic career at public research universities, including UCLA and the University of Virginia, and now UW-Madison, and was a visiting professor at Harvard Law School. She holds degrees from Harvard, Yale, and MIT. There are lots of reasons Chancellor Mnookin loves being here at UW-Madison, including that she gets to have her own ice cream flavor. If you haven't yet tried Mnooki-Do, I can attest that it's delicious. But on a more serious note, she is dedicated to pushing the boundaries to bring this university to new levels of excellence and to energizing and expanding the Wisconsin idea, UW-Madison's commitment to innovation for the public good. She is also committed to expanding educational opportunities and research at UW-Madison around significant, complex challenges affecting Wisconsin and the world, and to increasing access to the university through Bucky's Pell Pathway and Bucky's Tuition Promise. During her tenure, the university has been designated as a National Center for Innovation and Economic Prosperity and recognized as the #1 public university in the country for opening the doors to opportunity for its graduates. Please join me in welcoming Chancellor Jennifer Mnookin.
Thank you so much, Logan, and thanks to you and all of the senior class officers for making this final year truly special for your classmates. Good afternoon, everyone. I am so happy to welcome you to the 172nd spring commencement of the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Make some noise. Now, for family and friends who've never before been inside our historic Camp Randall Stadium, this is the only place in the country where football has 5 quarters and everyone gets to jump around. So parents, family, and friends, please join me in making a whole lot of noise in recognizing the amazing class of 2025. Woo! Now, graduates, you walked through those gates as students. In just an hour or so, you'll walk through them again, but this time as alumni, part of our big worldwide Badger family, nearly 500,000 strong. Now, to earn a degree from one of the greatest universities in the world is an enormous accomplishment, and you haven't done it alone. Let's have a big Badger thank you for the family and friends who have helped you reach this day. Make some noise for them. Now, for a number of you, there are also friends, colleagues, and family members that you're missing today, whose love and support helped bring you to this place. We remember them as well. Now, as you've learned in your time here, we don't do things in a small way at UW-Madison. 8,679 of you are graduating today, making this year's commencement the largest in our 176-year history. Now, 186 of you will be awarded law degrees today. Where are our law school graduates? Make some noise and congratulations. Now, 1,511 of you are master's degree candidates. Let's hear you make some noise. Congratulations. All right, bachelor's degree candidates, are you ready? We confer bachelor's degrees today on 6,982 of you. Let's hear it. Congratulations. And please join me in giving an especially warm welcome to a person who's figured out how to make a living doing what many of us do for free, explaining why Badger athletes and Badgers in general are the best in the Big Ten. Wall Street Journal columnist and member of the class of 1992, Jason Gay, thank you for giving today's keynote address, and welcome home to Madison. Now, I suspect in just a few minutes, Jason may have something to say about our Badger women's hockey team that's won not one, not two, not 5 national championships, but 8, a record-breaking 8. Thank you, graduating seniors on that team who are giving us something super big to cheer about. Pretty awesome. Now, members of this class have also had lots of the kinds of wins that don't come with a trophy. And so I want to recognize a couple of groups in particular. If you are part of the first generation in your family to earn a college degree, please stand as you are able and make some noise. We are so proud of you. Now, if you are a veteran of the United States Armed Services or serving on active duty in the reserves, whether you're down here graduating or up in the stands, please stand as you are able so we can thank you for your service to our country. Now, there's one more group I want to recognize. We are very proud to be a public university and Wisconsin's flagship. That means that if you're a Wisconsinite, you have helped contribute to our state having what is truly one of the world's greatest universities. So if you're a taxpayer here in our great state of Wisconsin, Seriously, will you please stand up so we can recognize and appreciate that you helped build this university? I thank you. Now, class of 2025, I want you to think back all the way to your arrival at college. Whether that was 1 year ago or 4, or maybe even 5 or 6. Remember stepping off that plane and watching your family say goodbye if they were driving. However you got here, you probably remember that mixture of excitement and anxiety. And you might have wondered if you'd ever feel at home here. You came from all over Wisconsin, from all across the United States, and all around the world, with a huge range of backgrounds, beliefs, and life experiences. And this place is big. On those first days, it was exciting, but it was probably a little daunting, too. Pretty quickly, though, you started to find your place here. Doing a class project, or on a team, or at the union, or out with the Hoofers, or at the Red Gym, or at one of our 1,000 student organizations, or maybe over in Ian's Pizza late at night with your roommates. One way or another, you found your people and your places, and pretty soon you did feel at home. But that isn't to say you always found people who necessarily agreed with you. In fact, an essential part of your UW-Madison education has been learning to find ways to connect, not disconnect, and to engage, not disengage, and to do that even when you disagreed, to move beyond bubbles and beyond echo chambers. And that's important. You are stepping into a world that is both deeply complex and distressingly polarized. And you have the power to do something good in that world, especially if you can find ways to work with people you might not always agree with. Some of you might know the story of Fred Gutenberg, whose daughter Jamie was killed at Parkland High School, and former Congressman Joe Walsh, a Republican from Illinois, who's also a strong gun rights advocate. The two spent years sparring on social media, but that changed when the congressman posted a message that said, in essence, "I disagree with Mr. Gutenberg, but I respect him." That led to a phone call, which led to dinner, and eventually a friendship. And then the two of them spent months touring the country, including some college campuses, as two dads defending democracy, to model civil conversations on difficult topics, something they believe is critical for our democracy. I'm inspired by how many of you believe that too. I've seen the way that so many in this class have been deeply involved in similar work, reaching across your differences to have civil conversations about hard topics. That often happened in your classrooms and in your research projects, in your experiential learning, as well as in so many other spaces. Some of you were part of our very first deliberation dinners, where you discussed controversial topics with classmates whose ideas and perspectives may have been very different from your own. Some of you jumped on board with a new student organization called Bridge Madison, where you got to practice listening, debating, and compromising. Still others of you were part of the Bridging the Divide initiative, whose slogan is replacing snark with conversation, tweets with talk, and scrolls and likes with face-to-face dialogue. Zach Dulian spent this year helping to lead that initiative at the Tommy G. Thompson Center on Public Leadership. Zach said, and I'm quoting him, "I decided to be the change I want to see." Zach, where are you? Congratulations, there you are. Members of this class have been dedicated to forging connections in so many different ways. Cheyenne Herr brought her unique perspective as a Hmong woman to her work as president of the Financial Occupations Club for university students. She became a role model for women and people of color who've traditionally been significantly underrepresented in the world of finance. And today, she's proud to serve as the flag bearer for the School of Human Ecology. Cheyenne, congratulations and thank you. And Mickey Singh brought different perspectives and life experiences to the law school. As a member of the Wisconsin Army Reserves and the son of Punjabi Sikh immigrants, Mickey was often the only member of the military in his classes, and his classmates got to know him as someone who would sometimes raise questions and share ideas that others may not have considered, greatly enriching their discussions. Mickey, where are you? Thank you, and congratulations. So graduates, as you head off into your next chapter, it's going to sometimes feel easier and more comfortable to retreat into your bubble, especially given the polarization and sometimes vitriol so often present around you. I urge you to resist that. Whatever issue you care about, whatever your perspective, speak up and fight fiercely for what you believe in. But don't shut people out who may see the world differently. Instead, embrace the pluralism around you and see what happens when you welcome others in with curiosity before judgment. Part of what I hope you've learned here is that you can work together to do something meaningful in the world, even when you disagree. Put differently, you don't have to agree on everything in order to get something important done together. Because we're not going to reach a place where we can make things better without a genuine effort to recognize our shared humanity. And that is the best and perhaps the only way to build lasting change. And you, graduates, you are our future. Class of 2025, you have shown us that you are brilliant. You have shown us that you care about the world. You have shown us that you are resilient and resourceful. You have shown us that you care about each other. So I am thrilled to see you take all of those experiences with you as you go forth as proud Badgers. Class of 2025, we are so very proud of you. And so congratulations to every one of you, and on Wisconsin. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Helen Simpson, and I'm so thrilled to be here with you all on this incredibly special day. Over the past 4 years, I've worn quite a few hats: camp counselor, undergraduate researcher, Peace Coffee regular, but the title I've been proudest of is that of Senior Class Engagement Director. This year, we've worked together to build a legacy of connection and community, and I can't wait to see how each of us brings that spirit into the world beyond UW. It is now my honor to introduce Edmund Manydeeds, who will give remarks on behalf of the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin system. Mr. Manydeeds became the first Native American member of the Board of Regents when he was appointed to his first term in 2010. He is an enrolled member of South Dakota's Standing Rock Sioux tribe. Mr. Manydeeds has been a member of the board ever since, serving as its president from 2021 to 2022. He is an attorney in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, and has served in numerous statewide capacities, including many years as a member of the Wisconsin Judicial Selection Committee, a position appointed by the governor. Mr. Manydeeds grew up in Ashland, Wisconsin, and earned his bachelor's degree in sociology and social work from the University of Wisconsin-Superior. Perhaps most importantly, Mr. Manydeeds received his law degree from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. So he's a Badger just like us. Please join me in welcoming Regent Edmund Manydeeds.
Well, I'd like to thank Helen Simpson for that kind introduction, and Chancellor Jennifer Mnookin for inviting me to come here and speak to you today. On behalf of all of the regents, at the University of Wisconsin System. And System President Jay Rothman, I offer you congratulations. I'd also like to congratulate your families and everyone who provided you with support on your educational journey. After you've had a time to celebrate your graduation and have had time to reflect on your educational journey, I hope you would recall all the educators who cared about you, encouraged you, and supported you through hard times. I hope you will also recall those classmates or study group members or friends whose words and actions helped you make it through the difficult times to enable you to get to this point. The support you received, in addition to what you learned at this university, from this university's talented faculty and staff, will serve you well as you head into the next phase of your life. I've been fortunate enough to have many, many people in and out of education support me and help me through the rough times in my educational life and in my professional life. I was born in Pierce, South Dakota. My father was an enrolled member of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe, and my mother was of European descent. My father fought in World War II, and after World War II, my parents met. My father then got his degree and was a teacher. He taught at boarding schools for Native American students in northern North Dakota. I started my educational journey at that school. It was a hard place. My lower first grade and upper first grade teacher was named Miss Daggs. Miss Daggs was strict. Miss Daggs was hard on us. Miss Daggs demanded that we students pay attention and learn and not fool around. However, Miss Daggs also cared about us. As I mentioned before, these boarding schools were hard places. There were literal fights before, during, and after school, and we were always being disciplined. It seemed as though I was not only losing fights, but I was being disciplined for being in the fights. Miss Daggs could see that I was in distress. Many, many times she put her hand on my shoulder and she'd say, "You're going to be all right." I really needed that comfort that she provided me during those times. At other times, she would say to me, "You're going to have to learn how to stand up for yourself." After months of the aforementioned fights and other squabbles out in the playground, she said to me, "Sometimes you're going to have to fight back." I did eventually stand up for myself and fight back, and I'll never forget Miss Daggs and her support for me. That was in the mid-1950s. I researched Miss Daggs in the last 2 years. I started thinking about her, and I found out that Miss Daggs was born in Louisiana. She was also raised there. She was a maid for a time, and then when World War II started, she joined the Women's Army Corps. She served her country and then took advantage of the GI Bill and got her degree in teaching. Miss Daggs was black. She knew how to stand up for herself and how to fight. I realized how blessed I was to know her and to have her care for me. This place, this campus, is a special place for me also, because I received that same kind of hard love and caring from the law school. If it was not for that hard love and caring, I would not have graduated from law school. I took Miss Daggs' advice, I fought back, stood up for myself, and continued towards my goal of becoming an attorney. You know, each of you has a unique story about how you got here and found your way. Your sense of connection as a Badger, but you also share a proud UW tradition that binds us across the UW system. It is the Wisconsin way. It is a tradition that where a need is seen in the world around us, we're able to find a solution. This beautiful university is a point of pride for every Wisconsin resident, and as graduates, you are now joining hundreds of thousands of graduates who are living, working in the state, in this country, and in this world, and making it a better place. Once again, congratulations on a job well done, and thank you for allowing me to speak today.
Fellow graduates, my name is Dana Tabaza, and it has been my absolute honor serving as your Senior Class Office Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Director this past year. Our university is known not only for its relentless pursuit of excellence, but for instilling in us the belief that our education doesn't end when we leave the classroom. It extends far beyond these walls into the communities we call home and those we have yet to serve. This is the heart of the Wisconsin idea. I'm proud to stand here today, not only as a first-generation college student, but also as one more graduate joining the most educated refugee population in the world, the Palestinian people. Even as my community has endured decades of displacement and struggle, we have held on to our voice, a voice carried through generations, resilient and alive. And today, it feels more urgent than ever to raise it. As we prepare to walk out of these doors and into a world still riddled with injustice and oppression, we must remember that the privilege of a UW-Madison education comes with the responsibility to use it in the service of others, whether that means bringing marginalized voices to the table, celebrating each other, being allies, or loudly and proudly advocating for the causes that matter. We each have a role to play. Our keynote speaker today has lived out that responsibility in his own unique way. With wit, wisdom, and a deep understanding of culture and humanity, Jason Gay has used his creativity not just to tell stories, but to elevate them. Through his writing, he brings joy, challenges norms, and reminds us to take seriously the things that matter and to laugh at the things that don't. Jason once joked that he only got into UW-Madison because of a sleepy admissions officer, but we know better. Jason Gay is creative, clever, wise, and funny, and today we're proud to call him a Badger. He earned his bachelor's degree here in 1992 and went on to become one of the most celebrated voices in sports journalism. He's written and edited for top outlets including Rolling Stone, GQ, and Vogue. Since 2009, he's been a columnist for the Wall Street Journal, where he reminds readers, sometimes seriously, sometimes jokingly, that Badger athletes are the best and that the Michigan Wolverines must be stopped at all costs. Named Sports Columnist of the Year multiple times, most recently in 2023, Jason brings not only sharp insight, but also humor to everything he writes. His bestseller, Little Victories, a finalist for the Thurber Prize for American Humor, offers thoughtful and hilarious reflections on life, family, and perspective. It's that same worldview, blending humor, heart, and honesty, that we're lucky to learn from today. Please join me in welcoming to the podium, Jason Gay.
Thank you, Donna, very much. Congratulations to you today and to everything that you've done on behalf of your university and fellow classmates. Thank you, Chancellor Mnookin, distinguished guests, faculty, families, friends, Bucky Badger, wherever you are, Bucky. The band, gotta always thank the band. Always thank the band. I'm honored to be here today with my wife, Bessie, my children, Jesse and JoJo, my niece, Blue, class of 26, coming up. My children are somewhere in this fabulous stadium playing Minecraft on an iPad, probably. But most importantly, thank you to the stars of the day, the very large and very talented class of 2025. My name is indeed Jason Gay, and I am a sports columnist for a real print newspaper. And please know, I don't know what I'm doing up here either. You know, when I signed on to do this, I assumed Wisconsin would find a cooler speaker in the transfer portal eventually. So I'm humbled and a little shocked to be here before you. Though in fairness, I would be a little bit, skeptical of a graduation speaker who gets the call and is like, oh yeah, finally. Finally the world gets to hear what I have to say. I don't feel that way, but I'm confident we can pull through this together. And I'm gonna try to be brief. After all, years ago I sat where you sat, a rented cap and gown from the bookstore, listening to my graduation speaker, wondering only one thing: when will this man stop talking? But I do want to tell a story that has a little bit to do with sports and hopefully connects to your lives and your futures ahead. So let me take you back in time, all the way back 7 weeks ago to March 23rd, 2025. It is a cool, drizzly day in the frigid, foreboding ice fishing hamlet of Minneapolis, Minnesota. The #1 ranked Wisconsin Badgers women's hockey team is behind enemy lines on a very important mission. To win another national championship, they must beat Ohio State. I don't like seeing that up there any more than you do. I'm really sorry about that. This Badger team, it's incredible. It's deep and talented. They've got stars everywhere on the roster, including the class of 2025's Casey O'Brien, who's just been named National Player of the Year. However, the game is not going so well. With less than a minute to play, the Badgers are losing 3-2. Time is running out. The Buckeyes are closing in on world domination, which is a terrifying prospect if you spent any time around people who call themselves Buckeyes. Suddenly, Badger hockey star Layla Edwards notices that an Ohio State player puts a glove on a puck inside the Buckeye goal. This is against the rules. Everyone knows you can't do that. The officials agree. Wisconsin is awarded a penalty shot to try and tie the game with 18 seconds to go. 18 seconds! Behind the Badger bench, Badger head coach Mark Johnson looks at his players and asks a simple 3-word question. Who wants it? Wisconsin needs a player ready to seize the moment. Now, Coach Johnson, he's a modest guy, but he knows a little thing or two about seizing the moment. In 1980, Johnson, who's the son of another legendary hockey coach, Bob Johnson, was part of a United States Olympic team which defeated the Soviets on the way to winning gold in what is known as the Miracle on Ice. It is considered one of the great underdog triumphs in the history of sports. So Coach Johnson knows, to get it, you gotta want it. So who wants it? That's when Kirsten Sims raises a hand. Now let me tell you something about Kirsten Sims, AKA Simsy. She's one of many stars on this team. She grew up in Michigan, but we're not gonna hold that against her today. In her time in Madison, she's earned a reputation for scoring some clutch goals, and so everyone on the bench is asking her if she wants to take the penalty shot. She does, she wants it, so she raises a glove. And this is what happens next. That's pretty great. I don't even know how to ice skate, but I don't think you can do it any better than that. So, our game is now tied 3-3 and goes into sudden death overtime. And a short while later, Kirsten Sims and the mighty Wisconsin Badgers do this. I mean, how about that? As a totally not neutral observer, that is one of the great moments in sports this year and one of the most exciting Badger comeback stories ever. It's a true team effort in which everyone on this roster has been a contributor. But it's more than that. It's also an example of a question you're going to be confronted with as soon as you walk out these gates today. Who wants it? Another way of putting it, what do you want? Now, chances are you've asked yourself this question many times, and don't worry if you don't have that answer, because eventually you will. As a graduation speaker, I'm supposed to impart some kind of wisdom to you, but I'm no wizard or deep thinker. I'm just a guy who writes about sports at the Wall Street Journal. The Wall Street Journal, it's like Barstool for your grandparents. But I feel I can say this. I believe that life is very much a series of choices, experiments, setbacks, misdirections, detours, breakthroughs, good luck, bad luck, failures, successes, happenstance, heartbreak, and celebration. And where you go will be determined by your talent, your work ethic, your principles, your integrity, and the education you received in this absurdly fun Midwest city. But you're also going to be guided by your sense of purpose. Your purpose. What you want, what's important to you. Your why. You know, not long ago, I was listening to a psychologist named Anthony Burrow talk about the importance of purpose in building a satisfying, happy life. You know, people who understand their purpose, they actually live longer. It's true. Research this. To be clear, purpose is different from a goal. A goal is a desire with a finite outcome. A goal might be, I want to climb a mountain. I want to beat Ohio State. I want to adapt a rescue dog and teach it how to make a grilled cheese sandwich. Or, I want to leave this ceremony right now and go have a spotted cow on the Union Terrace. Those are good, worthy goals. Purpose is bigger than that. Burrow calls purpose a self-organizing life aim. Now, your purpose doesn't have to be high-minded like saving the world, though if you want to go out and save the world, don't let me stop you. Go right ahead. Your purpose can simply be the priorities that you maintain as you go through your life. What qualities, what values are important to you. Maybe it's courage, kindness, compassion, humility, adaptability, sacrifice, perseverance. Because you are the University of Wisconsin-Madison class of 2025, I know you have experience with these qualities. Because you are Badgers, I know you are all empathetic, compassionate people who do not think you are the center of the universe. If you thought you were the center of the universe, you would be at the University of Michigan. I kid. Some of my best friends and work colleagues are Wolverines. They're all very smart and talented. Just ask them. But on the topic of purpose, you can live a life of purpose even if you don't know exactly where it's going. You can pursue a life of kindness right now, and you will be shocked at how the world opens up to you. I don't have to tell you that these are complicated, stressful, sometimes agonizing times. We live on a beautiful but chaotic planet where confrontation has become currency. Disinformation is abundant. USC and UCLA are in the Big Ten, and Northwestern is actually good at a couple of sports. But you don't have to accept the world on those terms. You can choose to be an optimist among pessimists, a fixer instead of a complainer. You can give energy to the people around you rather than take it away. And you can listen. That alone is a life with great purpose, to be someone who listens. Now, I know this is high-minded talk from a man who writes about people who run around in shorts. I'm a person who once wrote a story about the San Francisco 49ers in which I misspelled San Francisco. It's true. You can look it up. Got a correction. But sports are sometimes overvalued in our society. I do believe that. But they also have values and purpose that we can learn from. They depend on teamwork, cooperation. They reward practice as much as skill. Sports have rules. Sports have boundaries. Sports have mutually agreed upon facts. Imagine that. When the final score is 4-3, it's 4-3. It's not whatever score you want it to be. Sports also produces a very specific, emphatic brand of human joy. I feel that way every time when I see an athlete achieve a dream. Joy is important. As you go through life, do not deprive yourself the experience of joy. Spend time with people who give you happiness. Stay open to new experiences as you are today. Find satisfaction in small routines, the place you live, community service, time outside in the natural world, like trees and lakes and stuff. And every once in a while, do me a favor and write down what you think about what's going on. Let me be a cranky old sports writer for one more second and make a case for writing and the power of words. Yeah, we live in an era of video and audio, social media, and blossoming artificial intelligence. But we shouldn't outsource the humanity of the written word, the magic of the well-crafted sentence, the habit of reading, and the correct spelling of San Francisco. So please, keep writing. Please keep reading. Don't worry if you don't do these things now. Don't worry if you don't have a perfect plan. None of us do. Even people with podcasts. Humility is your friend. Life is often a process of learning what you don't know. You will be humbled. You will recover. You will gain insight and perspective, which are gifts. Right now, you have the greatest gift anyone can have: time. Look around the stadium. There are older people in these seats all around us who have accomplished incredible things. These are people who have lived satisfying lives of purpose. There are also lots of people who are going to be thrilled to no longer be writing checks to the University of Wisconsin at Madison. They're proud of you today, but they should also be proud of themselves. All the parents, step-parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, aunts, uncles, siblings, small and large pets, families, mentors, friends, enemies, they deserve our applause too. Older folks like us, we would love to have the time that you have, because it is the luxury you cannot buy. You have time to make mistakes. You have time to choose your path. You have time to choose a path that doesn't work and try again and again, and maybe a few more times after that. On the way, you are going to discover your why, your purpose. You're already on that road. So one day, when somebody asks, "Who wants it?" you will be a badger, and you will raise your hand. But please do not take this from a cranky old sports writer. Take it from some people who really know. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the senior class members of your 2025 national champion Wisconsin Badgers women's hockey team. Casey O'Brien, Lacey Eden, Katie Kotlowski, Quinn Kuntz, Marianne Picard, Sarah Wozniewicz, Michaela Zilich, Avery Berry. Congratulations to all of you and all the class of 2025. Thank you for having me today, and on Wisconsin.
Just making sure my mom has her phone out. You good? Hello, graduates. It is a beautiful day to celebrate the finish line that so many of us have been eager to cross. My name is Deanna Hebring, and I'm a proud first-generation college student who will be continuing on to my Doctor of Physical Therapy Studies, and I've had the incredible honor of serving as your senior class events director. At last night's commencement ceremony for doctoral candidates, we recognized two very special honorary degrees. Honorary degrees are awarded not for completion of a course of study, but for an extraordinary life and contributions to the Wisconsin idea. The Wisconsin idea signifies a general principle, that education should influence people's lives beyond the boundaries of the classroom. This year's recipients are Donna E. Shalala and Jim Sensenbrenner. Donna E. Shalala is a remarkable leader in higher education and government whose long record of transformative contributions to the nation have been recognized with the Presidential Medal of Freedom. The initiative she championed as Chancellor of UW-Madison to invest in faculty, build new science facilities, strengthen athletics, among other accomplishments, have had a lasting impact. As the longest-serving Secretary of Health and Human Services in U.S. history, she expanded health research and improved access to health care. Her steadfast commitment to improving lives embodies the Wisconsin idea. Jim Sensenbrenner is a lifelong public servant whose distinguished congressional career, the longest in Wisconsin's history, has advanced policies that continue to shape the nation. As chair of the House Judiciary Committee, he worked to strengthen voters' rights, safeguard civil liberties, enhance national security, and expand disability protections, often bridging political divides to enact lasting reforms. He also held an average of 100 town hall meetings annually, ensuring that the government remained accessible and available to the people. His leadership and dedication to public service embody the Wisconsin idea. Please join me in a round of congratulations for these two remarkable individuals.
We're now going to begin the conferral of degrees with the conferral of our law and master's degrees. So I call upon Dan Tokaji, Dean of the Law School.
Candidates for the degrees Juris Doctor, Doctor of Juridical Science, Master of Laws, and Master of Laws legal institutions, please rise up as you are able. Chancellor Mnookin.
Dean Tokaji.
These scholars and soon-to-be lawyers have successfully completed the requirements of the courses in law. Upon the recommendation of the faculty of the greatest law school in all the land, the University of Wisconsin Law School, I proudly present these candidates for their degrees.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the greatest law school in the land, and under the authority granted by the University of Wisconsin System Board of Regents, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Laws, Juris Doctor, Doctor of Juridical Science, Master of Laws, or Master of Laws legal institutions. Please join me in recognizing the achievements of our law degree candidates. Candidates may now be seated. Next, I would like to call upon William Karpus, Dean of the Graduate School, who will present the candidates for master's degrees.
That's a hard act to follow. Candidates for master's degrees will please rise as they are able. Chancellor Mnookin.
Dean Karpus.
On the recommendation of the graduate faculty, I present these candidates for graduate degrees in their respective fields: Master of Accountancy, Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Master of Engineering, Master of International Public Affairs, Master of Music, Master of Public Affairs, Master of Science, and Master of Social Work. These scholars have successfully completed the requirements of the courses in graduate studies. Upon the recommendation of the graduate school faculty, I present these candidates for degrees.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the graduate school, the greatest graduate school in the land, and under the authority granted by the University of Wisconsin System Board of Regents, you will be admitted to the appropriate master's degree. Please join me in recognizing the achievements of our master's degree candidates. Congratulations.
Well done. Our student speaker today just completed an impressive year as president of the senior class. Sam Malum and her fellow class officers wanted to make sure the senior class had fun and also left a lasting impact on campus. Go ahead. Well done. Our student speaker today just completed an impressive year as president of the senior class. Sam Malum and her fellow class officers wanted to make sure the senior class had fun and also left a lasting impact on campus. They have accomplished both. They put on an amazing senior bash a few weeks ago and launched a series of mental health initiatives to help graduating seniors transition from being students to being alumni. With money from this year's senior class gift, those initiatives will continue, leaving a legacy from the entire class of 2025. Sam is from the suburban Milwaukee and is earning a bachelor's degree today in biochemistry. Some of you might recognize her from her defensive skills on the field as a member of Milwaukee Kickers Soccer Club, or perhaps you've seen her at a Badger hockey game or two. She has not forgiven her parents, I am told, for allowing her to quit ice skating lessons when she was 5 years old, thus robbing her of the opportunity to be part of the winningest women's hockey team at this school ever. But Sam found many other ways to be active here at UW-Madison. She competed with the Badger powerlifting team, worked as a certified nurse assistant at UW Health, presented at the undergraduate symposium, and of course, served as your senior class president. Please join me in welcoming to the podium Sam Malum, who will give remarks on behalf of the senior class.
Welcome, graduating class of 2025. Today I'm here to share a reflection on our collective experiences as the undergraduate class of 2025 at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. It's a pretty tall order to summarize the thoughts of almost 10,000 people, being sure to represent all perspectives and personal accounts in about 5 minutes, but as the saying goes, I'll give it the good old college try. Let's start at the beginning. How did we all wind up here? Well, some of us likely chose to attend Madison out of a sense of family tradition. Maybe your mom or dad, aunts, uncles, grandparents, second cousin twice removed, stepsister, or half-brother spent time on this campus. You started life in a Badger onesie and couldn't wait to get here. Others may be the first generation to attend a university at all. and what better way to start than at the Wisconsin flagship itself? Perhaps some of us are not first-generation college students, but are the first to attend this prestigious institution, and maybe we are starting a new family tradition. Only time will tell. And just as we all came from different educational backgrounds, we may all have experienced varied hardships through our time here. For some, it's been emotional. For others, financial. The emotional could be the loss of a loved one or experiencing mental or physical illness. Most of us at some point have grappled with the academic rigor here. For me personally, I would have to call out General Physics 1 and 2 as the most challenging courses. Sorry, Dad. Second only to organic chemistry, of course. But no matter the reason why we landed here at UW-Madison or the trials and tribulations we have endured during our time here, we have all grown together in embodying the Wisconsin idea. For those who are unfamiliar, the Wisconsin idea dates back to the early 1900s. It's the idea that the things we learn, create, and discover at UW-Madison should be used to improve lives across Wisconsin and around the world. And while the Wisconsin idea is not technically listed as a general educational requirement, it is an integral part of the curriculum taught here and inherently a part of the learning outcomes for all majors. For me personally, my participation in the Moving Mountains program through MedLife embodied the Wisconsin idea. With other supportive board members, I coordinated a 5K run and walk event to financially support a service learning trip to Costa Rica. The purpose of the trip was to establish a pop-up clinic that provided medical care to low-income families. We worked with local medical professionals to deliver immediate care while we were there, and today we continue to work with them to support the ongoing medical needs of the communities we visited. Discovering the MedLife organization during my first week on campus really influenced my UW-Madison experience and opened my eyes to the larger global health crisis that I hope to dedicate time and resources to in my future professional life. While living the Wisconsin idea can be challenging at times, many other life lessons are learned during this journey, such as learning how to survive sharing a bathroom with 20 other people and the importance of washing our bed sheets more than once a semester. You know, basic dorm life lessons. We also had to learn that Thursday is trash day and the trash does not take itself out, and we have discovered a correlation between thermostat settings and utility bills. You know, basic non-dorm life lessons. We have learned the value of time. Time is required to get places, like the time it takes to climb up Bascom Hill. Time is required to grocery shop and cook food, as well as do the dishes and laundry. We kill time between classes because there's no use walking 20 minutes home for a 1-hour break. We wish for more time to get assignments completed, to study for the next exam, to hang out with friends, or to just stay here in this special place in our lives before we have to go out there and be whatever it is we've been working so hard to become. The biggest time investment I will miss most from my time at UW-Madison will be the time dedicated to Tuesday night line dancing at Red Rock. Although it was sometimes difficult to take a midweek break from homework and looming deadlines, it became an integral part of my experience here, and it was always a fun way to unwind, have fun, and embrace my most authentic self. So those fun parts that I was mentioning a minute ago, well, becoming a lifelong Badger fan is a side effect of attending UW-Madison. And let's face it, no matter what the sport is or where in the world you're watching the games from, you'll find Badger fans. But we are more than just sports here at UW-Madison. Did you know that UW-Madison boasts the largest art museum of all Big Ten schools? And we are ranked among the top 15 fine arts MFA programs in the nation. And speaking of fine arts, many of us can perform a rendition of Sweet Caroline and Build Me Up Buttercup on demand now, thanks to Bucky, the amazing UW band, and entertainment crew. And to top all else, we live among a picturesque landscape in a vibrant city. We basically have it all right here. But alas, as the saying goes, all good things must come to an end, and our time here together at UW-Madison is no different. Some of us are likely very excited to move on to our next chapters. I know I am. And like me, many of us will find themselves in school again in the fall. Others may plan to enter the workforce directly, sharing our talents with the world. And some may be already looking to start a family and make the next generation of Badgers. I can see it now, babies wearing onesies in support of their parents' alma mater. Wherever your next chapter takes you, I wish you good luck, and on Wisconsin. And now, it looks like we're 3/4 the way through the ceremony, so you know what that means.
Good afternoon, Chancellor Mnookin, esteemed faculty, families, and fellow graduates. My name is Veronica Govius. I'm a biology major with certificates in BioCore and Global Health, graduating through the Honors in Research track, and I have been honored to be your senior class philanthropy director. I am also honored to be here today as the proud daughter of Indian immigrants. Wearing this sari today at graduation is deeply meaningful. It is a tribute to my parents, whose courage and dreams brought me here. And it is also a reminder of what it means to show up fully and visibly in a moment like this. In a time when cultural expression is questioned, science is politicized, and health equity is under strain, being here, grounded in tradition and science, feels especially powerful. Around this room are families, mentors, and loved ones who helped make this day possible. This is their celebration too. And as we cross this threshold into alumnihood, we join a global network of nearly 500,000 Badgers. The Wisconsin Alumni Association is here to keep us connected through a free 2-year membership that helps us stay close to UW no matter where life takes us. In a world full of noise and change, let your curiosity, integrity, and compassion guide you. Let them lead you forward. Congratulations, class of 2025. Badger on.
You hear that? It's on Wisconsin. But you knew that, right? The UW's famed fight song is a part of us all. What about the Wisconsin Alumni Association? Are you a part of it? Or do you think it's got no part for you? On the contrary. See, WAA is for you and for all alumni to badger on in the world today, filling you with as much UW pride as any school song. Wherever you live, you'll always feel closer to the UW. Who's up for hiking Bascom? This special community elevates those shared experiences and connects us like the spirited vibes of On Wisconsin. So, continue to badger on with the Wisconsin Alumni Association.
So before we get to the conferral of bachelor's degrees, at this point in the program, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge those bachelor's degree candidates who have distinguished themselves scholastically by ranking the top 20% of their school or college or by participating in the honors program. These students are attired with honor stoles with white with red chevrons or distinctive scholastic achievement stoles, solid cardinal red. I would like to invite these students to stand as they are able and invite you to join me in recognizing their achievements. Well done. Candidates may be seated. Chancellor?
Now it is time for the conferral of our bachelor's degrees. I call upon Glenda Gillespie, Dean of the College of Agricultural and Life Sciences.
Candidates for the bachelor's degrees in the great College of Agricultural and Life Sciences will please rise as they are able. Chancellor Mnookin.
Dean Gillespie.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the College of Agricultural and Life Sciences, I present these candidates for the following degrees: Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science, Agricultural Business Management, Bachelor of Science, Biological Systems Engineering, Bachelor of Science, Nutrition and Dietetics. Candidates may be seated.
Please join me in recognizing the achievements of our bachelor's degree candidates from the College of Agricultural and Life Sciences. I now call upon Ian Robertson, Dean of the College of Engineering.
Candidates for bachelor's degrees in the College of Engineering will please rise as they are able. Chancellor Mnookin.
Dean Robertson.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the College of Engineering, I present these candidates for the following degrees: Bachelor of Naval Science, Bachelor of Science, Biomedical Engineering, Bachelor of Science, Chemical Engineering, Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering, Bachelor of Science, Computer Engineering, Bachelor of Science, Electrical Engineering, Bachelor of Science, Engineering Mechanics, Bachelor of Science, Engineering Physics, Bachelor of Science, Environmental Engineering, Bachelor of Science, Geological Engineering, Bachelor of Science, Industrial Engineering, Bachelor of Science, Material Science and Engineering, Bachelor of Science, Mechanical Engineering, Bachelor of Science, Nuclear Engineering. Candidates may be seated.
Please join me in recognizing the achievements of our bachelor degrees candidates from the College of Engineering. I now call upon Eric Wilcots, Dean of the College of Letters and Science.
Candidates for the bachelor's degrees in the great College of Letters and Science, the heart of this great university, will please rise as they are able. Chancellor Mnookin.
Dean Wilcots.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the College of Letters and Science, I present these candidates for the following degrees: Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Arts, Journalism, Bachelor of Landscape Architecture, Bachelor of Liberal Studies, Bachelor of Music, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science, Applied Mathematics, Engineering, and Physics, Bachelor of Science, Journalism, Bachelor of Social Work. Candidates may be seated.
Please join me in recognizing the achievements of our bachelor's degree candidates from the great College of Letters and Science. I now call upon Vallabh Sambamurthy, Dean of the School of Business.
Candidates for the bachelor's degree in one of the nation's top 10, School of Business, please rise as they're able. Chancellor Mnookin.
Dean Sambamurthy.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the Wisconsin School of Business, I present these candidates for the degree Bachelor of Business Administration. Candidates may please be seated.
Please join me in recognizing the achievements of our bachelor's degree candidates from the top 10 School of Business. I now call upon Marcel Haddix, Dean of the School of Education.
Candidates for the bachelor's degrees in the #1 School of Education. Please rise as they are able. Chancellor Mnookin.
Dean Haddix.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Education, I present these candidates for the following degrees: Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Science Art, Bachelor of Science Art Education, Bachelor of Science Dance, Bachelor of Science Education, Bachelor of Science Education Studies, Bachelor of Science Health Promotion and Health Equity, Bachelor of Science Kinesiology, Bachelor of Science Physical Education, Bachelor of Science Rehabilitation Psychology, Bachelor of Science Theater and Drama. Candidates may be seated.
Please join me in recognizing the achievements of our bachelor's degree candidates from the #1 ranked School of Education. I now call upon Soyen Shim, Dean of our School of Human Ecology.
Candidates for bachelor's degrees in the coolest school on campus, School of Human Ecology, will please rise if they are able. Chancellor Mnuchin.
Dean Shim.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Human Ecology, I present these candidates for the following degrees: Bachelor of Science, Community and Organizational Development, Bachelor of Science, Consumer Behavior and Marketplace Studies, Bachelor of Science, Human Development and Family Studies, Bachelor of Science, Interior Architecture, Bachelor of Science, Personal Finance, Bachelor of Science, Textiles and Fashion Design. Candidates may be seated.
Please join me in recognizing the achievements of our bachelor's degree candidates from the very cool School of Human Ecology. Congratulations. I now call upon Linda Scott, Dean of the School of Nursing.
Candidates from the top 3% schools across the nation in nursing, will you please rise? Chancellor Mnuchin.
Dean Scott.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Nursing, I present these candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Nursing.
Please join me in recognizing the achievements of our bachelor's degree candidates from the top 3% School of Nursing. You may be seated. I now call upon Stephen Swanson, Dean of the School of Pharmacy.
Actually, thank you, Chancellor Mnuchin. I'm the Dean of the greatest pharmacy school in mankind's history. And I'd just like to ask the candidates for the bachelor's degree in this school, please rise as you are able. There you are. Chancellor Mnuchin.
Dean Swanson.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Pharmacy, I present these candidates for the following degrees: Bachelor of Science, Pharmaceutical Sciences, and Bachelor of Science, Pharmacology and Toxicology. Candidates, I was going to say candidates may cheer and be seated, but you already did the cheer part, so please be seated.
Please join me in recognizing the achievements of our bachelor's degree candidates from one of humankind's greatest schools of pharmacy. So as you can see, our deans all love their schools, and we all love all of you. And so at this time, I invite all of our bachelor's degree candidates from one of the best schools in the galaxy to please rise as you are able for the conferral of baccalaureate degrees. On the recommendation of the faculty of the University of Wisconsin-Madison, and under the authority granted by the University of Wisconsin System Board of Regents, I confer upon you the bachelor's degree appropriate to the courses you have completed. In testimony thereof, you will receive your diplomas. Congratulations to all of our amazing bachelor's degree candidates. All right, class of 2025, you have arrived at an important milestone, the moment when you transition from students to alumni. Tradition decrees that before degree conferral, candidates will wear their tassel on the right side of their mortarboard. After commencement, to symbolize your new status as graduates, your tassel is worn on the left. Graduates, now is the time. Please move your tassels. Congratulations to all of our graduates, and thank you to the family members and friends whose support, encouragement, and love made this proud day possible. Best wishes to every one of you, and on Wisconsin! To conclude our celebration today, please rise and join the Meade-Witter School of Music Commencement Band in the singing of our alma mater varsity. And congratulations, graduates!